guys, it's Kat at Kat Reviews Books. I am back with a video to talk about Boozy Book Fest today. I attended this in Kansas City on July 26th. This is a day trip for me, so I was very excited. We ended up spending the weekend there and doing an escape room the next day and hitting a couple shops in the area, so it was pretty enjoyable. Overall, I enjoyed my time there. I did the VIP experience for $54. It was, I would say, worth it for the most part. We got in at 4 p.m. versus the free entry at 7 p.m. So I was in there pretty early. I was able to go see the headliner authors first. And of course, overall, just had a great time. Everyone there was so lovely. They had craft vendors, they had apparel vendors, they had authors, they had booksellers. And I do believe all of the booksellers were selling books from the headliner authors in case you didn't bring a copy of whatever book you happen to want signed or anything like that. Before I get started on showing you guys everything that I got there, I do want to say that I did get to meet two authors. I got to meet Andrea Stewart, who wrote The Gods Below. I literally finished that right before I went to sleep the night before. And when I met her the next day, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be so honest. You're evil. And I have the utmost respect in that sentence when I say it to you. You are so evil. I was pacing around my apartment last night when I finished this book. And she was just like, highest compliment an author can get. Thank you. I also did meet Rachel Housel Hall. I took a picture with her as well. I did meet every author that day, but of course these are the two that I wanted to take a picture with. I was in the middle of reading What Fire Brings from Rachel Housel Hall. She was very lovely to talk to, very nice. Yeah, I was pretty excited to meet those two. As a brief overview of those two books, I ended up giving What Fire Brings 3.5 stars. I had minor issues with it, which I won't get into in this video just because I don't want this video to be too long since I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. But The Gods Below I did give 4.5 stars. Phenomenal. I am so upset that I have to wait for the next book to be out. Before I get started on showing you guys all of the stuff that I got, I am also just going to show you this. For those of you who might have never seen this before, this is my book journal. I actually wanted to do something fun for Boozy Book Fest. I made a little page and then I got every single author's signature that was there that day. I mean, I'm talking every single author. I stopped at every single booth. They were also lovely. There were a lot of authors, of course, that I didn't have any interest in reading their books, but I wanted everyone to feel included. I will say my favorite signature is this. This person literally hand-carved this stamp. I was so excited. Yeah, that's the last page I have, so lots of signatures. Again, every author there was so lovely. So many free goodies that I got. And of course I did buy some things too, so let me show you what I got. I am first going to start by showing you the VIP tote bags. I bought VIP tickets for my boyfriend and I. We went together. Not that it was super his thing, but it was a nice way to spend time together. So his VIP tote bag that he chose was this one, and I opted for this one. I will say one of my minor complaints about the festival was that these tote bags, I was expecting them to be bigger, and I understand why they were not, but for $54 having the VIP experience, and getting, free parking, getting first entry, and a free tote bag, I assumed that the free tote bag would be a little bit bigger. Again, this is cute. I can use this for stuff, but I was expecting it to be bigger, so I didn't bring my big tote bag down to carry all my stuff in, so it was fine though, because every author there had bags, and every vendor had bags. They were all taken care of. They were like, hey, we got you, don't even worry about it. The other minor complaint I will say about Boozy Book Fest is that it markets itself as Boozy Book Fest, but then it's not very boozy, I guess. I didn't appreciate the amount of drink options that they had. I mean, they had I think 3 cocktails, and then the rest was either beer or wine. And I don't know about most people, but as somebody who doesn't drink a ton, I do not like beer, I do not like wine, and the 3 cocktails they had either pineapple or coconut in it, and I cannot stand those flavors, so didn't didn't really work out for me to be included with Boozy Book Fest, so I was a little bummed, but I was totally okay with it because I was mostly there for the authors anyways. I just thought it might be nice to have a drink while I was there browsing. I did unfortunately end up forgetting to take any videos or pictures, but I will be linking the Boozy Book Fest page here and down below. So if anybody would like to go check that out, you're more than welcome to. I will try also to link any authors or vendors that I talk about in this video. I do not exactly remember some of the vendors that I bought from, and I am so sorry for that. But Boozy Book Fest does have links to all of them on their page, and I do believe they are planning to do another fest come this fall. Maybe October. I'm not 100% sure on the month though. I'm not even gonna try to go for any sort of chronological order or anything for this. I'll probably show you guys the apparel first and then the books last, but we will see. I'm just gonna go for it. The first thing that I was able to get are these Scooby-Doo earrings. They are from Blinking Bees, and again, I'll link it below. I love Scooby-Doo. It is one of my special interests, and I didn't have any earrings, and I saw these, and I felt like I must have. He did have the option of getting the beads as green, but I thought blue suited it a little bit better, so. The next two things I got were at the Salt Birch booth. I got this frog. He is a magnetic bookmark. I don't love how big he is, but he is so angry looking that I have to have him. So I then also got these cat earrings. I have cats. I love cats. I love earrings. One of my favorite things to collect. So super excited about those. Got them for $8. I don't think that's too bad of a deal. We'll be sure to link Salt Birch below. Next thing that I got was this necklace. It is from Clay Dreaming Creations. I thought this was gorgeous. Pretty excited to have a necklace as part of my collection. I don't have a ton. I mostly collect earrings, but I'm trying to branch out a little bit more and get some necklaces in my collection. The next thing that I got was a shirt from Treasured Tropes. It was the last one in my size. I was pretty excited about it. I have been wanting to buy some more shorts to be able to wear to work, just because a lot of the ones that I have are just plain colors, and I really like having graphic t-shirts. I think it makes a good conversation starter for a customer to be like, oh, your shirt's really cool, and I can be like, oh, thanks, I got it from XYZ, you know? I just think it's a nice way to connect with people. I then also got this t-shirt. This one is actually from Red and Rooted. It is a bookshop slash plant store. Again, we'll make sure to link everything down below. The ladies were really nice and told me that I was actually the first one to buy this t-shirt. They had literally just put it out that day, and I was just like, yay! So I'm really excited because I don't have anything like Halloween-y to wear to work, and I think this will be perfect for that time of year, so October, you can't come soon enough. I'm now going to take a little side quest moment and tell you about some of the stuff that I got while I was in Kansas City at some of the local markets. I do want to say first though, I did escape from my room. We escaped with 10 minutes to spare, which is one of our best times yet, so I was pretty proud of that. The one we did this time was Special Ops, which is pretty cool. You literally get to play the mission of being a secret agent. Very fun. I love the escape game. They have multiple rooms. They aren't super hard for 2 people to play or for beginners, so if you ever have the chance to check out the escape game, they have multiple locations around the country. With having said that, I did get a new pin. We have collected 3 of these now. There are only 2 rooms left for the location. I don't know what we're gonna do come the time, but we finished them, but this is now 3 out of 5. And of course, while we were down there in Kansas City, when we were waiting for it to be our turn at the escape game, we did stop at Made in Kansas City. That is a local place that has a lot of local vendors who do stuff. We've got shirts, we've got honey, we've got chocolates, a couple other things in there. Very cool place. Of course, while we were there, I bought some new earrings. I actually have gotten some earrings from this creator previously. I just didn't have the money at the time to buy all of the pairs of earrings that I wanted, so when we went back this time. I was so excited to see these were still around, so I, of course, went ahead and bought the pair. Going back to Boozy Book Fest, I then got a bunch of free goodies before we get into the books. So I did get a total of 15 free bookmarks, not, of course, including anything free with books. This is just all of the free items that I picked up while I was there. I also got a free character art for To No End from Lexi Knight. She was really nice. I got a author card for Andrea Rome. This one sounded kind of good. I just felt like I had spent too much money at that point to buy it. She was one of the last authors I met. Sorry, you were lovely. I got this author card. I got a bag of goodies from Rachel Housel Hall, including another bookmark, some stickers, a pen, and a couple little pieces of candy. So probably will use the pen at work, and of course the bookmark will probably go to somebody else because I already have one, but I am pretty excited about adding those stickers to my collection. I got a free pen from one of the authors. I thought it was really fun that they had this, but my boyfriend was more excited and talking about how much he loved these pens, so I was just like, I'll just add it to my pen collection. I also got this free pen that says Grumpy Sunshine. I thought it was pretty cute. Of course, I got some free stickers while I was there. This one, the one that Andrea Stewart was passing out, I loved it so much. It's very good. It's very cute. These are both from an author for the different factions of their world that I do believe, if I remember right, are at war with each other. It's been a minute, obviously, since I've been at Boozy Book Fest. I should have probably wrote some stuff down, but I was just so enthralled by the whole thing that I was in a trance. I also got this sticker. It's a bit hard to see. And of course, I got this author sticker. Okay, and last but not least, we are getting into the part where I share with you all of the books that I got while I was there. First up, I bought a duology. First book being Glitched. I got this free tote bag with it. Also got free bookmarks for both Glitch and Shattered. Shattered being the second book, and some free art prints of the characters. This author was really lovely. I felt so bad because her internet had gone down when it was my turn to purchase books from her. The whole venue was having issues, I know, throughout the evening just because there were so many people on the Wi-Fi, but thankfully she was very patient and I was very chill. And of course, like I said, I bought the duology. These are dystopian novels, and if you know me, I love dystopian. I did get them both signed and personalized. And of course, at this point, I do have to point out, if you don't already know, my first name is not Kat. It is just a nickname that I go by. My first name is Genevieve. So if you see those on here and you're wondering, who the heck is that? It's me. I just don't usually go by that. I then got a copy of A Creator's Curse. This author was very nice. He was very friendly. I wasn't super interested in anything else he had written, but he was like, I noticed you picked this up. It is free. I'd take it for when I go around to schools, so feel free to take a copy. So it is supposed to be a YA short horror story. I'm pretty excited. I will probably give it a try and then maybe put it in a little free library so somebody else can find his work. Towards the end of the night, when we were waiting for them to announce the winners of the raffles, they actually had some free books that somebody had donated, so somebody dropped off a copy of Deadly Animals. This author was not at the event, but this book sounded pretty good. It is a mystery thriller, so figured why not take it home with me, right? They're giving out stuff, might as well take advantage of it. I then got The Lost Years from L.D. Fairchild. This is also dystopian. I just bought the first book. I do believe the author said that this is a duology, though, so again, at this point, and then I had already felt like I had spent a lot of money, and I was just like, okay, just gonna get the first one for this. And again, signed, personalized. It did also come with this little bookmark that comes with a free short story there. I did also forget to mention that with the Glitched and Shattered series, they did give me a free little book page holder. Very, very nice of them. I've actually started using this recently because Catabasis is way too thick for me to be holding open comfortably, so shout out them for this, truly. The last book that I bought while I was there was Pretty Dead Things. This is a mystery thriller. Again, signed and personalized. Sounded pretty good. She had a couple other titles, but this one sounded the best. Last but not least, I met Andrea Stewart, but when I was there, I did not buy her book. I actually had already bought it from work before we left that morning for The Gods Below. Again, I finished this the night before. It's 4.5 stars. I cannot wait for the next book. It is a chunker, so be prepared. But again, signed, personalized. She was just lovely. I'm so happy that she let me talk her ear off for a couple minutes. She did also have bookmark art prints for each of the characters. So I was a little greedy and I did take a copy of each bookmark character. But she was like, oh, she said, I got tons back at home. So thank you for that, Andrea Stewart. You are very lovely. If you ever see this, I cannot wait for your next book. Truly. But yeah, that was everything that I got at Boozy Book Fest. Again, lovely event. Personally, I don't know that I would pay the $54 to go to the next event. I'm not saying it's not worth it. It definitely is to be able to get in there early and be able to get to all the tables for all of the good stuff. There were a couple authors who had sold out by the time we got to them, just because when we did it in a snake line. Not a big deal, of course. I'm very happy they sold out. Kudos to them for that. But outside of getting there early, I don't know, I just felt a bit disappointed. Again, nothing that, I have against Boozy Book Fest. I would go again. I probably would just do early entry instead of the VIP special. But it did pay for our parking for the event and everything, so should probably be worth it to most people. Just not sure. Again, great event, great weekend, had a good time, everyone was lovely. I just felt a few things could have been tweaked just a little bit. So again, we'll link every author who was listed here, every vendor who was listed here, etc. below. If you want to check anyone out, I will also try to do cards throughout the video, so please make sure to give them a follow if you're interested. Thank you again for watching. I have really appreciated you guys joining me on this journey. Thanks so much. Goodbye.